Hey guys, welcome to the Stream Space. So we're back this time. Um, we're not gonna get to do a card pull, like a pack pull, like I wanted to do, but we are gonna get to do a tin pull. So we got the Vaporeon V10. This battle tin comes with a promo version of Vaporeon, as well as 4 booster packs and a card code, which obviously we'll get to when we get to. So yeah, we're gonna pop this guy open. If I can ever get the plastic to undo, whatever. So we're gonna pop this guy open. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. We're gonna do this. So again, we'll go through each card as long as they haven't been gone through before. After we go through the card, we're going to go over its attacks and what they do, and rarities, and obviously all that fun stuff. So let's pop this lid off. Now, there are 3 versions of this tin, as I mentioned. This is the Vaporeon version. I would love to have all 3 of them, but I already have all 3 of the beginner tins. If I get any more tins, my fiance might stab me. I do not like this. Ooh. So here's our first card, Vaporeon V. This bad boy has, or girl, I don't want to assume its gender. I don't want to assume it. Vaporeon V, HP 210. This is a water type rapid strike Pokemon. Has an ability called Triple Draw, which means you can draw 3 cards. That's what it does. It costs 1 of any energy. Splash Jump, which is 2 energies. 2 water energies and 1 any energy for its energy cost. It does 90 damage, and the effect of the ability is switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Excuse me. It has a weakness to lightning and a retreat cost of 2. This is a V card, so this has the V rule. When your Pokemon V is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. Ooh, risky. Risky play. Risky play. Alright, so for the most important part of this unboxing, we have card code. Not your business. Mind your business, David. Okay. So, got 4 packs. These are Evolving Sky, Chilling Rain, Battle Styles, and Sword and Shield. So, we're going to start with the newest one. Personally, I really like Chilling Rain. So far, that's been my favorite booster. Gotten some really cool stuff out of there. Okay. Code card. Okay, so let's go over the cards. Ready? First card, Love Disc. This is different from a previous Love Disc that we pulled, so we're going to go over it. It has 2 abilities, 70 health, and is water type. It has its first ability, which is Synchro Draw. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. Its next ability is Water Gun, which does 20 damage. It has a weakness to lightning, a retreat cost of 1, and this card is common. Okay, Dwebble, one of my personal favorites. A grass type Hermit Crab, which is weird. Pokemon. 60 health, he's a grass type. He has 2 abilities. He has Ram for 10 damage and 1 grass energy, or Sharp Claws for 10 plus damage and 1 grass and 1 any energy for the cost. The ability's effect is flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. It has a weakness to fire. Again, weird. It is a crab. Damage retreat cost of 2. And yeah, okay. Okay. We have Hippopotus. Okay. Hippopotus is a fighting type with 100 health. Now, I'll be clear, I know that he's actually like a ground/rock type. Ground type, I'm pretty sure. So it's just the way that these energies are sorted. They never made a specific classification for rock versus fighting versus ground. So you have to kind of hash it out and make a choice on how you want to call them. So for the purpose of my videos, I will be calling them fighting type because it does look like a fist. Okay? So, anyways, Hippopotus is a fighting type with 100 health. He has 2 abilities. First attack is Tackle for 30 damage and costs 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 any. His next ability is Mud Shot for 50 damage, 3 energies, cost 2 fighting, 1 any. He is weak against grass and has a retreat cost of 4. That is insane for a basic. Okay, Zorua. Zorua has a dark type with 70 health. He has rear kick for an attack and does 30 damage at the cost of 2 of any energy type. Weakness towards grass and a retreat cost of 1. As a note, for people uncertain, maybe people who collect and want to start learning to play the game, when I say retreat cost, it means that if they have energies on them, you have to give up those energies to get rid of them. It means that if you want to swap them out for another Pokemon, you can't just do it. You have to basically throw the retreat cost away. So if it has a retreat cost of 4, it means 4 energies on that Pokemon need to be discarded before it can leave the field. Okay? Let's go to the next one. We have a flying card. Psydek. We all know Psydek. He's a water type, sometimes known as a psychic. He's sometimes a psychic type, with 70 health, Rain Splash for 10 damage and 1 energy cost, and weakness against lightning and a retreat cost of 2. We have our next up in line, Shiftry. Yeah, Shiftry. He's a dark type with 150 health, stage 2. And he has 2 abilities. His first one is Shift-to-Do. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any active... Just yawning up a storm today. Oh, fuck. Just go back to bed. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, put it and all attached cards into your opponent's hand. Kind of handy. Next one is Nipping Cyclone, which is an attack card that does 130 damage and can do... I'm just losing myself today. Costs 3 energies, 1 dark, and 2 of any kind. Weakness towards grass, which is unusual because he is technically a grass type. And retreat cost of 3. That's one of the rares for the pack. Ooh, cool. So, second rare for the pack. So we got 2 rares in this one. We got a Shiftry and a Trevenant V. Trevenant V, to be clear. I believe Trevenant is actually in evolved form, but we'll go over that. I'll look it up. Trevenant V is a grass type with 210 health. He has 2 abilities, one for 2 energies, that's 1 grass, 1 any, called Absorb Life for 30 damage. You heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, so it's basically Leech Life. Shadow Claw for 120 damage and 3 energies, 2 grass, 1 any. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. It has a weakness towards fire and a retreat cost of 2. This has the V rule, meaning it costs 2 prizes if it does get knocked out. Steel Energy. Good to have. Lantern. Okay. Lantern is, I believe, a Gen 2. Anyways, his abilities are, he has 120 HP, he is a lightning type with 2 attacks, Blinding Beam for 40 damage, 2 energies, 1 lightning, 1 any. During your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon tries to attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. Second ability, Electro Ball for 120 damage at the cost of 3 energies, 2 lightning, 1 any, with weakness towards fighting types, and a retreat cost of 2. This guy also would have a double weakness. He would also carry a weakness towards grass because he's also a water type. Electric water type. Weird. Spirit Mask is a trainer card and item, specifically. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if it is knocked out, your opponent discards a card from their hand. Gordy. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of energy cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. That could be handy if you need an energy boost and you're running low. So that's the first pack. That was the Evolving Skies one. We're on to Chilling Rain now. Let's pop this guy open. Oh, excuse me. Code card. Okay. Okay, we got our the first of this pack. Kung Fu. He is a fighting type with 70 health. He has 2 abilities. One trait called Training for 1 energy. This guy allows you to search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So basically, you use your free energy for the turn to give him that ability, and then use that ability to put another on him, and then in the next turn, he is ready to fight. He is kind of dangerous in terms of his health because it's a little on the low side, so he wouldn't make a good punching bag, but he can, with this next attack, shell it out. So his next attack, Elbow Strike, which does 60 damage and costs 3 energies of any kind. So this guy would fit nicely in a deck that doesn't require specific energies, like dragon types and such. He'd be a good stand-in card. He would be like oddball, and he wouldn't make any sense to the opponent. It would throw them off. And he has a weakness towards Psychic. So on to the next. Let's go. We got Inkay. He is, in this case, a Psychic type. Often he is a Dark type, so this is kind of cool to see a Psychic type version. He is a Rapid Strike. He has 1 attack called Spinning Attack. Spinning Attack does 20 damage and costs 1 Psychic Energy. He has a weakness towards Dark types, a resistance towards Fighting types, and a retreat cost of 1. Good old classic Diglett. Let's go over him. Diglett has, as a Fighting type, Rapid Strike Pokemon with 50 health. He has the ability Dig, which is does 10 damage, but also costs 1 Fighting Energy. It comes with an effect. Flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. See, I don't like that necessarily because the way that Dig technically should work is it shouldn't be a flip a coin thing. I mean, it should just... He's underground. He shouldn't take damage. He has weakness towards grass and a retreat cost of 1. Okay. We got Scorbunny, the Fire-type beginner from our Sword and Shield. Scorbunny is a Fire-type with 60 HP. He has the ability Headbutt that does 20 damage and costs 1 Fire Energy. He has weakness towards water and a retreat cost of 1. Okay, we got Shuppet. He is a 50 HP Psychic-type with Single Strike Pokemon. He has 1 attack called Will-O-Wisp. That does 20 damage and costs 1 Psychic Energy. He has weakness towards darkness and a resistance of negative 30. His retreat cost is 1. Nothing fancy. What? Cool. Okay. I know what I've got, and I'm not going to show you guys right away. Got a Deerling. This is a reverse hollow common. He is a grass type with 60 HP, and 2 abilities. His first ability is Growl, and it does, that's a classic move, so they're playing on a classic move. Deerling is worth... he's got... Okay, so here's what the ability does. I don't know why I was going to go over his value. I mean, it's probably not worth much. He's a reverse holo from a newer pack. Anyways, Growl. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage before applying weaknesses and resistances. 20, his next ability is... That attack costs 1 energy. Sorry, I was a little all over the place on that one. The next ability is Rear Kick for 20 damage at the cost of 2 energies. That is 1 Grass and 1 Any. Weakness is Fire type, and his retreat cost is 1. So let's go over... Now, I got to see the really cool thing before I actually showed you. Celebi Dynamax. Celebi VMAX. Oh, boy. That's so cool. Curative, he is Grass type with 310 health. Max Plant is his ability, his attack, sorry. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. He has an ability called Curative Forest. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from each of your grass Pokemon. So he would work very well in a Celebi-based deck. He has a weakness towards fire, a retreat cost of 1, and he has the V rule, so he will lose. Oh boy. Okay. He has a special V rule, so as a Dynamax Pokemon, if this guy gets knocked out, they will get 3 prizes. Fighting Energy. Good to have, good to have. Whirlipede. Okay. Whirlipede is a Dark type with 90 HP. He's a Stage 1 evolution from Venipede. Poison Sting is his first ability for 1 Dark Energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. There's no flip a coin, and it does 20 damage as well, so that's actually pretty handy. That's not a bad start. We got Rolling Tackle for its next ability, which is 50 damage, and it costs 3 energies, 1 Dark and 2 Any. Has a weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 3. We got a Thwacky. Thwack. He has HP for 100. He's a Grass-type Rapid Strike Pokemon with 1 ability called Knock Off, which is that's a game ability, which knocks an item that your Pokemon's holding off. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand is its ability, is what it actually does in this one. It'll deal out 30 damage and cost 2 energies, 1 Grass, 1 Any. He has a weakness towards fire and a retreat cost of 2. We got the next guy, Peony. I think he's a gym leader, maybe. Discard your hand and search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that concludes that pack. Let's move on to the next. I'm just starting to fly through these. Yeah. Pretty happy with the pull, because so far that's 3 V cards out of this whole deck. Or out of this tin so far. So that's pretty solid. I suspect it's about to be 4. Houndour. We got first card of the new pack is a Houndour. This is a 60 HP Dark type with single strike Pokemon with 1 ability. He has Bite for 20 damage at the cost of 1 energy. He has a weakness towards grass and a retreat cost of 1. Now he's funny because he can learn fire type moves when he evolves, so he becomes a fire Dark type. We got Frillish. We have a Water type here with 80 HP. It's the most HP I've seen one of these with so far. He has 1 ability called Recover. That's classic. 1 energy cost. Discard an energy from this Pokemon and heal all damage from it. So basically, if you play your cards right, you can make the goddamn thing invincible. He has an ability called Rain Splash, which does 10 damage. And it only costs 1 water energy. Its weakness is Lightning. And a retreat cost of 2. Okay, next up, Silicobra. We've gone over him before. He is a fighting type with 80 health and 2 abilities. His first one is Tail Whap for 10 damage with 1 fighting energy. His next one is Mudshot for 60 damage and 3 energies, 2 fighting, 1 any. His weakness is grass for ×2. I mean, that's kind of a given. It's usually ×2. And a retreat cost of 2. Okay. Glameow. Ugly little fucker. Glameow is a normal type, which I have not actually pulled a normal type, I don't think, this entire time. Glameow is a normal type with 60 HP. He has 2 abilities, one called Cat Kick for 10 damage and 1 energy cost of any kind, and then Claw Slash for 40 damage and 3 energies of any kind. He would fit in nicely with basically any deck as a punching bag. Claw Slash is a 3 energy cost ability of any kind for 40 damage. Weakness is fighting and retreat cost of 1. Okay, we got Tepig. You know, one of my favorite generations of, well, not favorite, you know, Alolan. He's an Alolan beginner. His fire type single strike Pokemon with 80 health, and he has 2 abilities: Ram for 20 damage and 2 energy cost, and Combustion for 50 damage and 3 energy cost, 2 fire, 1 any, and the first ability was 2 any energy. He has a weakness towards water and a retreat cost of, just looking, 2. Ooh, oh my goodness. My goodness. Oh my. Okay. Luxio. Reverse Hollow. Love reverse hollows. They look so cool. He is a lightning type with lightning type rapid strike Pokemon with 80 HP, stage 1 evolution. Jumping Kick is his first ability for 1 lightning energy. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weaknesses and resistances. Not sure why they worded it that way, but I mean, it's not technically, it's an effect more so than an actual piece of damage, so maybe that could be part of the play. His next attack is Head Bolt for 50 damage and 1 lightning energy. 1 lightning energy and 1 any energy. It has a weakness towards fighting and a retreat cost of 1. I think I'm talking too much, and I know the cool thing. So we are on a roll here. This has been a pretty epic pull so far. Next up, Necrozma V. So, our friend Necrozma here has 220 health. He's a Psychic type. Prismatic Ray is his first ability. This attack also does 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So on top of the fact that I'm hitting the guy out front, I'm damaging 2 of the guys in the back. Don't apply weakness or resistance for benched Pokemon. Special Laser, 100 plus damage. So, sorry, I'm going to go back to Prismatic Ray for 1 moment. It costs 1 Psychic Energy to use that, so that's actually pretty handy. His next attack is Special Laser for 100 plus. That is 2 Psychic Energies and 1 any, and here's the effect. If this Pokemon has any special energy attached, this attack does 120 more damage. So, yeah, those unique, like, double colorless and coding energy and all those are special energies. Next is a weakness towards darkness and a resistance towards fighting of 30. Its retreat cost is 3, and he follows V rule, which means this Pokemon's knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. So we got Steel Energy. We got Bruno. You're a gym leader. Pretty sure you're a gym leader. Pretty sure that's where you get your Hitmonchan from. Or your Hitmonlee in the original game. Bruno is a supporter card for singles. He's a single strike supporter card with shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4 cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 7 cards instead. Okay. Golbat. He's a dark type with 80 health. He has an ability called Discreet Draw. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. And he has the ability Air Slash for 50 damage at the cost of 2 any energies. But the ability itself costs, its effect is discard an energy from this card. So basically, he becomes an energy pit, because you're constantly putting energies on him. Weaknesses are fighting, and he has a retreat cost of 1. coming up to the tail end of this pack. We are on the end. This is the last card. So we got Mustard. Single strike style Mustard. What a weird name for a person. So yeah, this is a single strike supporter card. You can play this only when it's the last card in your hand. Search your deck for a single strike Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. If you searched your deck this way, draw 5 cards. Handy. So yeah, that we got 4 V cards so far. So this has been an excellent pull. This has been fantastic. So we're on the Sword and Shield pack. We're probably going to break our streak here. I can't see me getting another V card in this pack, so let's just see what happens. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Okay. So, code card. Okay. We got our first, we got a Grookey. He's a grass type with 60 health. He only has one ability, though. He has Fury Swipes for 10x. So that's 1 energy cost of any kind, and he flipped 3 coins. His attack does 10 damage for each head. So he'll do a maximum of 30. He has weakness to fire and a retreat cost of 1. We got Krabby. His ability is he is a water type Pokemon with 80 health. He has 2 abilities. One is Aqua Shower. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weaknesses and resistance for bench Pokemon. So that's actually pretty handy. You can sit there and slowly cripple everything in the back. His next attack, that costs 1 water energy. His next attack is Vice Grip, and that's a classic. He costs, it'll do 30 damage with a cost of 2 energy costs, 1 water, 1 any. He has weakness towards lightning and a retreat cost of 2. Okay. Rookidee. The bird Pokemon for Sword and Shield. I have one, and his evolution, Corviknight, is pretty cool. So he'll go to Corvisquire to Corviknight. Corviknight being a steel flying type. Kind of like Skarmory. We have... So, he here is a 60 health Pokemon with... 60 health normal Pokemon, pardon me. With 2 abilities. One called Flap for 10 damage and 1 normal energy, and the other called Glide for 30 damage and 2 normal energy. Normal meaning any, pardon me. Weakness is Lightning, and resistance is Fighting, and retreat cost is 1. We got Rhyhorn. Loving these Gen 1s. Good arts, too. So, Rhyhorn is a fighting type with 90 health, basic. Stomp Off is his first ability for 2 energy cost, 1 fighting, 1 any. Discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Land Crush is 70 damage at 3 energy cost for 2 energies of fighting type, 1 of any, with a weakness of 2, grass. Weakness to grass. God, I am terrible at this. With a weakness to grass, a retreat cost of 2. Keep moving, keep moving. Choodle. We all know Choodle. He's a basic water type with 80 health. He has 2 abilities. 1 Bite for 30 damage at 2 any energy cost, and Water Gun for 50 damage at 3 energy cost, 1 water, 2 any. Weakness to lightning and a retreat cost of 2. We've got a reverse holo version of Switch, a classic trainer card that's been in every generation. It's been useful in pretty much any type of deck. It's a free swap. Okay, so you switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Next up, the rare for this pack. So we did break our streak. We do not get a V. We do not get a V or a V Max with this deck. Mudsdale. So Mudbray's evolved form. Stage 2. This is a Stage 1 evolved Pokemon, fighting type with 100 health. Sorry, 150 health. His ability is Double Impact, 120x. So at the cost of 3 fighting energies. Flip 2 coins if this attack. This attack does 120 damage for each heads. It's got a weakness towards grass and a retreat cost of 3. Water. Water. Ferrothorn. That is So we got, here he is. So he is a Stage 1 Pokemon, a Stage 1 Steel-type Pokemon with 130 health. He has 2 abilities. He has Triple Smash for 30x at 1 energy cost of any kind. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. He has Energy Slap for 100 damage at the cost of 3 energies, 2 steel, 1 any. You may move all energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. You may, meaning you don't have to. Ooh, cool. Special Energy. Aurora Energy. Special Energy. You can attach this card to one of your Pokemon only if you discard another card from your hand. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 1 energy at a time. So basically, it's a energy roulette. You get whichever one you need. Last card of the pack, Pokegear 3.0. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a supporter card you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. And so concludes our first tin opening. So we got like a wicked little lineup here. I'm gonna pull them out for you guys. So I'm gonna pull out the rares and the V cards. Because we did good. It's not every day that you get to pull by, a tin like this, and then not only do you get the card on the tin, but then get 3 other really cool cards. Okay, so we pulled those guys out. So it's not every day that you walk away with 4 V and Dynamax cards. So that's wicked pull. That's awesome. That's probably one of the best ones I've ever had. That's better than my Elite Trainer Box video that's coming. I got better pulls on this than I did on that. So that concludes our tin pull. So you guys can check out all the other videos that are on our way or already on the channel at Pidera Space 74 on YouTube. Over on Twitch, Pidera_74, you can catch all our live shows, which is new games. We're constantly doing a new rotation of systems, trying out new ones, and yeah, go ahead and check that out. So that concludes the stream. That concludes this video. So I'm Pidera, and this was fun. This was a really exciting pull as far as all the different cards I got. I'm a huge collector. I've got 2 of the 1100 card things from Upper Deck to store ours, like a Dex and other cards. So thank you for checking out the Stream Space, and this is a Stream Space original. I'm Pidera. Throw your likes, follows, and subscribes in all the right places, and I'll see you guys next time.